This is St. Kitts this morning. There's a separate island out there. I think it's Nevis. This is St. Kitts and Nevis. And Nevis is where Alexander Hamilton was born. And half an hour later, we're getting closer. This is the capital of Basseterre. I think that's how you pronounce it.
St. Kitts is a very small island, and it's only 68 square miles, with a population of 50,000 people, 50. The island of Nevis, our sister island, 36 square miles, with a smaller population of 15,000 people, was granted independence on the 19th day of September 1983. It once settled and occupied by the French. The French arrived here in 1625 and settled on both ends of the island, while the British were here and settled in the center of the island. The monument that stand here was made for us in Glasgow, given to us as a gift for one of our sugarcane plantation owner. His name was Thomas Barclay, and erected here in 1883. The complex ahead of us here, right here, this is Her Majesty's Courthouse. This is where we come to answer to our name once we get in trouble with the law. This is our farmers market. This is where our farmers come to sell the crops that we grow here. Fruits and vegetables on the island, guys. No chemicals. Get a look at them. Organic fruits, vegetables right here. The fishermen, they also come here on the left and sell the fish of the day. There's a group of Irish indentures. They were brought here to work at an internship program. Now, after the program was ended here, these Irish did not go back home. Now, all of the legacy that were built and left behind by the Irish still exists for us today in Irish town. These obelisks have the name of all foreign soldiers. Now, these soldiers were once called upon the British Armed Force to fight for a country. They fight in World War I. We fight from 1914 to 1918 and World War II from 1939 to 1945. So every year we come here to honor, to salute, and to give thanks to those guys who fight for our country. This was owned by the slave traders that traded slaves around the West Indies island from here. That mountain was named by the Caribbean Indians who were here.
Reconstructed in the 40s, but the termites had eaten the place up to the point where it was not salvageable. So they rebuilt it. It was a hotel for many years. Now it's just a tourist spot to visit. Beautiful view up here. That's why it's Fairhaven. But it is very windy today. And some of the local kids are enjoying the pool. Maybe their parents work here. 350 years of the sugar cane industry.
After we become independent, who wants to buy our sugar from us here? So they just decided to stop it because they were losing much more than what they were making to maintain it.
After the war, all the carried Indians left and went
now,
to
the area now, folks, that we're going into now,
they're still there.
Called Old Road. Now, Latin American have a full member seat on the United Nations bench. So even though it's so small, our voice makes a difference. They come here, guys, and serve the catch of the day on the table in the evening. You can get it how you want it. You can get it grilled on the stove, you can get it on the oven, you can get it on the
island. This is barbecue.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to make a right turn here. We are now going into the lower end of the rainforest. Okay?
Rock drawings, also called petroglyphs, have been found near here. And here's an example where the carving has been painted white to see the drawing better. This guy in 1625 was an ancestor of Thomas Jefferson.
But they planted a lot of crops here. On the right of us here we have one over railway bridge that take our sugarcane trade across the rivers. By Samuel Jefferson when they were here. The wall with the arches right up here have an aqueduct.
Romney Manor, it was founded by Sam Jefferson, great-great-great-grandfather of Thomas Jefferson. Sold it to the Romneys, and they were here till the late 19th century. This is some of the batik fabric that they dye here. There's some beautiful things inside. Some nice bromeliads out here, growing loose, free in nature. There's a viewing gallery. That's about how it would have looked in the early 1600s. This was the Wingfield Estate. This is the Wingfield Estate bell tower at the Romney Manor, used to control the daily lives of the slaves. The sound of the bell was heard throughout the day.
And Samuel Jefferson was the British plantation owner, and he was the great-great-grandfather for the third president of the United States of America. Both bodies were laid to rest here.
This is some cashew. There's a flower there.
So no matter which part we have to be.
Brimstone Hill is a well-preserved fortress known as the Gibraltar of the Caribbean. British military engineers began construction in 1690 and completed construction about 100 years later. It's one of the best preserved historical fortifications in the Americas. It's nearly 800 feet above sea level and has steep slopes. It was considered to be impregnable. In 1782, the French laid siege to the fort. After a month, a heavily outnumbered and cut off British garrison surrendered. However, a year later, the Treaty of Paris restored St. Kitts and Nevis to the British, who then strengthened the fortifications, and Brimstone Hill never again fell to an enemy force. The fort was abandoned in 1853. Then in 1900s, they started restoring it. In 1999, it was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is an egret tree. There's lots of egrets on this island, and they particularly like this tree.
We have a lot of these here, guys.
This was all sugar cane. Government came in, put in the roads, low-income housing.
Here we have our cable favorite building, the yellow building on the top on the right.
95% of these houses are owned by locals.
That's my favorite building over here.
Only about 5%.
I'm trying very hard with the other building on the back of it by the ocean. But the building in the front of it is called the Royal St. Hotel.
This is the Atlantic Ocean, and over here is the Caribbean Sea. There's a good view of Frigate Bay. Absolutely stunningly beautiful. The International Airport.
We have Air Canada on the ground, all the way out of Toronto, Canada. And we're going to have the American Airlines. Some of them already come and gone, some of them still coming.